Welcome back, family, to my channel. I hope you well wherever you are today. So this is Eugene, the African kid. This is Eugene from Kenya, and today's talk is about an African lady who bashes of African American women or Black American women for blaming Passport Bros for coming to Africa. And I believe that this is something which has always been happening across the globe, where the African American brothers or Black American brothers come to Africa to look for women. And now, in the video, she expresses how Passport Bros are innocent about the things that are always being said about them. I want us to watch this video and hear the sentiments of the African woman. I don't know specifically which country she comes from, but she's an African. That's what's going on. And I hope we learn and say something constructive about the video, because there is so much harm which is going out there between the Passport Bros Africans and African American women. So with that, let's continue by watching the video. I hope you're well. If you're watching this video for the first time, you can consider subscribing to our channel. I have a great insight that I want to say after the video. Please stay tuned and ensure you are ready. You are ready to listen to what I'll say after it.
Listening and watching a lot of videos, I've come to realize that these men are very innocent. Some are good. They are wonderful people, and all they want is care and love. So why is it so hard for you to do that? And why do you keep making these hateful videos if you don't want them? We want them. They are good people. They are wonderful people. So what is wrong with that? If you cannot cook, if you cannot clean as a woman, actually, how do you take care of your hygiene? How do you clean that wig? How do you clean those nails? I don't understand you ladies. Oh, they are going overseas for women that are more beautiful. Honestly, what you're doing to yourself, you're humiliating yourself. You are. There's no way you can insult your fellow women just because we are submissive. Do you even lead your Bibles? A woman was meant to be submissive, and leadership, it's for men. Just because you're making money doesn't make you a man. And if you feel like you're a man, please get your girlfriend pregnant and please let us know. From there we will respect you. But all I can say, please let us be. Let the Passport Bros be.
Comes to the Passport Bros, you might ask, like, where did this start? Why is this going on? They say that they're dusty. They say they're losers. They're not worth keeping. So why are they speaking out about it? Well, it's because they're projecting. They are upset because they don't feel desired. Men are not approaching women or playing games with women like they used to. They've taken the red pill. They've woken up. And quite honestly, if I was a guy or if I had a son, I would advise him to go overseas.
I'm very, very, very happy that many African sisters have spoken up against that 50-50 bull crap that some men here in the United States that they live by. Many women and men in the United States, they do 50-50, which honestly, no true passport bro is doing that 50-50 thing. If you're traveling overseas looking for a wife in particular, then typically you know that you're going to take care of that woman. Most brothers the brothers that I know that have traveled overseas or that are traveling overseas, preparing to travel overseas, they already know that they're going to take care of that woman 100%. Me, been married to my wife close to 7 years now. My wife never, ever, ever, ever seen a bill. She don't know what the bills look like. I take care of every bill, whether they're for our house, whether they're for our businesses, or whether they're for her business. My wife have her own business, and I'm the one who funds her business. I funds her business. I fund all of our household expenses. I fund the business, our personal family investments, because that's what a man's supposed to do. I know my African woman ain't ready to go settle for no 50-50 man. That's that American feminist bull crap. The women here, the independent, strong women, they want to do that 50-50 with a man. And I'm not even going to blame the women on that. Honestly, I can't blame the women in America or nowhere on that 50-50 crap, because it's supposed to be the man that's supposed to stand up and say, no, I'm not going to do no 50-50. I'm going to do 100%. He's supposed to stand on his 2 feet and supposed to demand to that woman that he's going to take care of her 100%. So I can't even put no blame on any female, no matter what country you're from, for men doing that 50-50, because no man should do 50-50. If you a man, you're supposed to take care of that woman 100%. If in the truth to try to break in your home late at night, what you gonna go 50-50 with your woman on protecting the house? What you gonna say, oh baby, it's your turn to see who broke in the house? When that woman's carrying that baby for 9 months, are you gonna go 50-50 on labor and delivery? No. You a man, man up. Pay that, take care of your wife 100%. Yes, you sisters are right in that. You African sisters that have spoken up against that, yes, you are right. I stand with you on that. No man should expect for a woman to go 50%. No man, no woman should expect that from a man. No man is a real man if he even dare think about going 50% with a woman. Even you hear them say, oh, well, the economy. Well, you need to be in a different economy, bro.
Guys, welcome back after watching the video. You tell me what you think about what's happening in the video. As I've said earlier, there is so much harm which has happened to black community, I mean the African diaspora, because passport bros are leaving Africa, are leaving the United States to look for women. They believe that they are submissive to them. One thing that I always say, we have society conditioning, and the society in the United States, it's a capitalist society where people have to work so hard to make both ends meet. I also believe in some parts we have communism, we have capitalism, and these are things which affects how the social issues, economic issues happen in a household. So you realize that in the United States, women has to chip in at some point, especially if both of you are not doing that job that pays you, so well. Both of you have to chip in so that you can afford those households. An average black American in the United States, it's so hard for them to, maintain that. Of course, I believe we have majority or most of them who can do this, but I'm talking about average black American who lives in paycheck to paycheck. It will force them to, go 50-50. And when they go 50-50, what happens? When they go 50-50, the woman now becomes so masculine. So it is the conditioning of the United States that makes us see such kind of things. And when men feel like they're not respected, and when men feel like they are not valued, because what they're providing, the women in the United States are also providing. Now, I know the question that we all have, who should we blame for this? We should not blame African Americans or black American women. Neither should we blame passport bros. Neither should we blame African women. I only say this because, you see, when a passport bros leaves the United States or any other country that they leave for Africa, they leave believing that the women in Africa are feminine. And you see, in Africa, life is different as compared to the United States. That's one thing I want you to understand. Because in the United States, we have a lot of things which people pay for, taxes. A lot of finances goes on the bills, Whereas in the United States, whereas in Africa, the same is not happening. Even if it's happening, its value, it's not that much strong as compared to that of the United States. So when you're in Africa, you realize that you can save, have some money, do some things, You don't need to go 50-50 with the woman in Africa. And this is where African men find the masculinity for the provision, which average African American in the United States cannot have. Also, things like economic disparities, which is in the United States, also need to be put into place. And the social conditioning which happen in the United States is the same thing which fuels the fights It's the same thing which fuels the hatred. It's the same thing which fuels these misunderstandings between African American men and African American women. So when Passport Bros leaves and goes to the United States, leaves to go to Africa to look for these submissive women, they go there with, this money, they have their passport, and they find it so easy. And when they go to Africa, they find African women. They are people who are raised in places where a man is the person who provides, and they are used to submissiveness. They are used to doing all these things. Of course, I know an African American woman can also do this. I understand, like in any other society, if roles are switched, that's where the problem comes. You find that a lot of parentings in the United States, the father or the man stays in the house while the woman is the one who is working. When roles are switched, you understand, even masculinity of a man reduces. And when the masculinity of a man reduces, that's where the problem begins. And when the problem begins, the question of being submissive, the question of being understanding, the question of being tolerative, and that's when the Passport Bros leave United States to go to Africa. One message that I have for Passport Bros: while you're leaving Africa, while you're leaving United States going to Africa, please don't tarnish the name of African American women. It's not fair, because it is the social condition, it is the environment in the United States, it is the capitalism that is to be blamed. Now, what can we do, we as Africans? What can we do, we as people from the black descent? What can we do now? We're having this predicament in our table. We need to understand some kind of things. We need to, there's so much things we can do. There's so much things which we can try to find. If it is a job, we can look for alternative ways of making money, so that if it is the question of provision, a man can become so masculine as compared to a woman. I understand these are two different societies, Africa and the United States. These are totally different societies. So it means that a man who will provide for a woman, of course, I also shared a video where a man who provides for the women in the United States, So it's something which happens. Another question, is it that the men are providing but the women are not submissive? Tell me what you think in the comment section about these issues. Passport Bros watching this video, African American women watching these videos, African men, African American women, African women watching these videos. Also tell me what you think in the comment section. I don't know if I've left something, but what I also want to say is that there is an important issue that we need to know. Women empowerment is a good thing. Women empowerment is something which should be cherished. Of course, women also need to indulge in economic sector, but that should not limit a woman respecting their husband or respecting their women, respecting their men. Respect goes both ways. And if it is respect that African American men are demanding from their women, then I believe that they should give them if they are providing and they agreed in some things, Also, another thing that I'd like to say is that before entering in a relationship, I know I'm not a relationship coach or something. I'm not good at that sector, but this is a general knowledge. Before entering into any relationship, you need to set an agreement. You need to put an agreement that I will be doing this, you'll be doing this, I will be providing, what will you be doing as a woman? Maybe I'll be cooking, I'll be taking children to school, so that you get the balance. You get the balance of what a man and as a woman you'll be doing, so that you don't switch up roles in the end. If it is a man, grind so hard to provide for your family, so that your woman might also feel like a woman and they may just, submit to you the way you want. Until then, guys, see you in my next episode. Peace, love, and harmony. Salute.